Just want to get something down for my journal. Sitting out here on the porch. Hope it's not too loud. Um, Although it's Tuesday, June 26th, the Lord communicated with me, put this in my mind and heart, maybe a couple or 3 days ago. One of the big things that I was waiting to hear from him on was about my journal. I've kept a journal for years, but up until, I don't know, somewhere around the first of this year, it had come to the place where writing hurt my hands so much. I'm a heavy writer too. I press down that I just decided to record what I would talk about with the Lord. And then I realized I couldn't save all my recordings on my phone, didn't have enough storage, so I figured out I could upload them to YouTube, and there's my journal. And I started sharing some of the entries publicly. And so that's how I started doing that. And one of the things was that in sharing them publicly, I was fearful of pride, being puffed up. Um, so that's something I've been in prayer about to the Lord ever since I started sharing them. And anyway, so one of the things that the Lord has helped me with regarding what I'm sharing is he had posed the question in my mind to me that would it matter to you, Misty, if someone who came across your journal entry that you're sharing, would it matter if something you could share would help one person, or would you feel any differently? Or would it make a difference to you if what you shared might help 50 people? And I had to think about that. I had to think about if I read a comment on a journal entry I had shared on YouTube from one person that something I had shared had helped them grow closer with the Lord, or I don't know, want them to know the Lord better. Just something like that. Versus how would I feel if I read 50 comments on a journal entry that I had shared? So I just had to think about that. The Lord knows that my fear of being prideful or puffed up, that's something I've shared about before. I have to be careful of compliments, things like that people might say to me. It could be a temptation to feel prideful or like somebody. Make me lose sight of that I am nobody without He that lives within me. And so it was just a question He had posed to me. And I don't even know if I can remember. I've got the foggy brain right now from this fibromyalgia. I don't even know that I can remember how I responded to him. Seems like I said, Lord, I don't even know, what would happen in my heart, in my mind, in my thinking, were that to happen. I think I left it with, Lord, you know what would happen. You know my heart. So just let it be whatever you see that's best. That's what I want, because I know He knows best. in that situation. But as far as I know, you know, it was okay for me to share. It's my personal walk with the Lord. And as long as I'm being honest before Him, before others, that's okay. Just be honest. And um, encourage, make sure everybody knows that anything I share, you know, you have to, it's something that I have walked with the Lord for, sought after, studied His Word, waited for Him to open my eyes to something. So that's what I would encourage for anybody to do. Is turn to the Lord, seek His wisdom and understanding. Don't just go off of what other people say or other people's experiences. Yeah, you know, they may help you and stuff, but you want to have this personal walk with the Lord. Because when you meet the Lord one day, it'll just be me and Him facing each other. It'll be you and Him. And so it's very personal. But I'm thankful that He gives us fellowship and people that are like-minded, of the same spirit, that we can share with and encourage each other, and people that'll share our burdens. I'm thankful for that. So I just wanted to get that in my journal for myself, that that's what the Lord had posed to me as a question, and I really don't know. Who can know the wickedness of the human heart, the depths of it? The Lord knows. So thankful that He came to set us free from that we are new creations. I'm so thankful for that. So I will share this because my flower is doing so good. I don't know if you can see it good. That's my flower that my dad gave me for Mother's Day. And I've been pruning it and everything, and it's really blossoming now. It only had 2 or 3 little blooms. It was on clearance for $5. My dad got it for me. I've been having to prune it. So, you know, and I thought about just like the Lord does us. I've even had to pull off some really pretty sprigs of growth and some pretty blooms. But look at that. I need to sprinkle them with my bug stuff. Look, they're trying to eat it, y'all. But that's what the Lord does too, and that made me think of that, and that's so cool. Just so there would be more growth, more usefulness, more effectiveness for the kingdom and for Christ and His glory. So, anyways, just thought I would share that. I wanted to get it down so I can remember that. And I hope y'all have a good day. Talk to you later. Bye.